Hi, so we are talking about depression today. This is a subject which is close to my heart. Yeah, it's kind of close to my heart because I was depressed at a point in time, and it's something I feel really strong about because there's a lot of talk in the society about depression. Everybody is saying, I'm depressed, I'm depressed. It's not necessarily the people who are poor who are saying that they're depressed because they probably don't even have the consciousness to understand that they're depressed. It's people who have it all in life. They have the money, they have jobs, they have everything that life can perhaps offer, and they are saying they are depressed, which is befuddling, right? Which is insane. Which basically largely brings us to the point: why do people get depressed, right? So I'll tell you briefly my story. I'm also a comedian, and I'm actually, in case you're depressed and you won't hang yourself, I'm offering my fan on rent. I'm just saying, so just remember this throughout the talk. In case you want a fan on rent, I will be there. I'll watch you. In case you fail the first time, you can try the next time. I'll encourage you. All right. So, but why do people really get depressed? There are a bunch of reasons. I went for an MBA to Singapore. So it was SPJ in Singapore, and that was 2007. And for the first 3 months, although I was doing well as a student there, I got depressed. Now, why did I get depressed? Now, there could be 100 reasons when you start analyzing why someone gets depressed, and you cannot pinpoint to the right reason. But I'll tell you briefly why I thought I got depressed. I got depressed because I started comparing myself to everyone else in the class. Everyone else in the class was either an engineer or from the top engineering colleges or commerce colleges in the country, and I felt somehow I was inferior to all of them. And because I was comparing myself to everybody else, I felt depressed. All right. And in fact, I was doing well in the class, but I didn't know what my grades were. I just felt depressed because of comparing myself to everybody else. It was about a month. I was in bed. I stopped attending classes. I stopped talking to anyone. All my classmates thought I was an idiot, which I was. I was being an idiot because when you're depressed, you actually start behaving like an idiot. You have no control over yourself. And I started skipping classes, and eventually I had to return from Singapore back to India, left the MBA course in the middle because I had no control over myself. My father called me back. He said, come back. And they were extremely worried about my life at that point. So I came back, but then I was here for a while. I was also on pills because my father took me to a psychiatrist, and my family told me that you have to take the pills. So I took the pills for a while, also analyzed what was happening for a while, and then I went back again to restart the MBA program. But after that, I've not compared myself with anybody else. That is one reason why people get depressed. There are a bunch of reasons why people get depressed in our society. One reason, there are two main reasons. Okay, the one main reason why people get depressed in our society is because of their relationships. All right, there two. If you divide life into two chunks, there are two chunks that we have in life. One is our personal life. One is our work life, and other part which is more manageable is our social life, which are friends. So friends understand us better, right? So personal life and the work life are largely why people get depressed. People are getting depressed in society because they're doing work they hate. If you do what you hate, eventually at some point you are going to get depressed. If you get depressed, you have my fan. All right, remember that. And another reason people get depressed is because 80%, maybe 90%, maybe 95% marriages in India in 2018 are happening as arranged marriages. People marry people they don't even know, they can't talk to. They sleep with people they can't have a 5-minute conversation with. It's insane. And eventually you're gonna break down at some point. You're gonna wonder who the hell have I landed in my life with, right? So if you spend time, if you get married to someone you can't even have a conversation with, eventually at some point life will take over. You will tell you what the hell are you doing with your life, right? And you're going to feel depressed about it, right? And if you keep doing work you hate every day on after day, at some point you'll be like, dude, I've made money, but money doesn't really make you happy, right? Money doesn't really make you happy. That is something everybody needs to understand. Money can buy a superficial level of happiness, but cannot buy real happiness. Real happiness can be bought by things you love, and doing things you love, and spending time with people you love. All right. So if you do not want to get depressed, I want to tell you that you have to spend time with people you love. You have to start doing things you love, because otherwise you will get depressed, and you'll need my fan. All right. You don't need my fan. Okay. Depression is an existential problem. It's an existential problem. It's a problem of your life. It's a solvable problem. Leave the job that you hate. I don't care how much money you make, because that sucks, right? Money doesn't, no matter how much money you have, you drive a Merc, you have a big house, that can't buy you real happiness. No matter how much money does your wife get in dowry, that sucks. That sucks also, right? The whole point is money will not buy you happiness, and showing off to the society how great your life is doesn't buy you happiness. What really buys you happiness is doing things what makes you happy inside, right? It lies inside. So don't get depressed. I don't want you to use my fan, but if you need my fan, I live in Wala Amar. My name is Amar. Thank you so much.